I was the blunt, honest, frank one. I was the one you could scream, cry, throw things at, and then I was the cheerleader. I should have taken out stock and Hallmark. I sent at least 2 cards a week, at least 1 gift a week, even if it said absolutely nothing.
It said that you're thinking about her.
Exactly. It kept me involved, and then I hope on the other side it made her feel good.
I was more surprised that it happened to her. She was only 34 when it happened. The only people that I know who had cancer were over 60.
My immediate association when I found out about Kathy was life is going to change for the worse, and survival was a great question mark. I think back to my mom in 1969 when we were watching TV and Lucy and Ricky slept in separate beds. And so people certainly didn't say the word cancer, they whispered it, and they certainly didn't say the word breast. So she had no outlets, really, or information, or anywhere to turn. It used to be a 6-month process. Now it's a 4-month process. Well, somebody had to figure out how to do that, how to get that sort of treatment in a compressed period of time. And it didn't hit me until chemotherapy ended. I kept saying, we'd still be in this if somebody didn't figure out how to get it done quicker. My wife is a different person. She lives every day much more fully than she ever lived before. And that's impacted our relationship because I think going into breast cancer, I had a courageous, beautiful, loving, caring wife. And I think now that we're largely through this, I have that cubed.
And for my own self, the ability to be able to do research to look at some of the outcomes, the quality of life, the experience of women afterwards has really been something that the BCRF has strongly supported. So it's not contagious, it's not something we get from someone else, and everyone's at risk. You don't have to have a family history to be at risk. And we're going to work on ways to figure out how to reduce that risk through strategizing and through more research funded by the BCRF in the future. We essentially take somebody who's pretty healthy and vigorous and we make them sick with our therapy because it's worth it. People like myself, I've been listening to women talk about the effects of treatment for many, many years, and with that sensitivity and listening to what they are concerned about, I then go back and say, well, how can I figure out what's going on? How can I make a difference to change those outcomes for women?
Although Juan's mother died 6 months ago, he is a survivor. He is part of our BCRF family, spreading the message of early detection and working to find a cure. When someone in our lives is affected with breast cancer, we all play a role in trying to help them beat this disease. From the doctors on the front lines trying to find a cure, to the family members and friends who support them every step of the way with love, compassion, and comfort. The Breast Cancer Research Foundation was created with that in mind. For the last 12 years, the foundation has been a leader in funding the research that has saved thousands of women's lives and reduced the pain and duration of the recovery process. At the 2005 annual meeting of the American Society of Clinical Oncology, 3 important new advances in breast cancer treatment were announced. All 3 were made possible by research from BCRF, and we are the only private funder of all 3 studies. But there is still work to do, and we need your help. Our donors played the most crucial role of all. They give us the means to fund great ideas backed by the best doctors and researchers in the world. It's your role as a donor that gives life to our organization and hope to thousands of women trying to beat this disease today and tomorrow.